Everybody, just wanted to touch on a topic that has recently come up with my household, but it also translates to current events. Coincidence, coincidence. And that is the topic of a lot of these videos, is that you can take these and run with them in different areas of your life, not just for, the examples that I provide here. So what's been coming up in my household is defensivity, and how defensive behavior actually inhibits learning, it inhibits taking responsibility, and it's a protection mechanism. So I've been having a tough couple of days with my daughter where she had one rule only, and that rule was broken. And that was very tough because it's just one rule, and it was very simple and very easy. I don't like having, really tough, strict rules in the house. I don't think that's practical. On a management perspective, that's not practical to expect that of her. But yeah, this rule being broken was really upsetting because it was really, really simple. And we had a big discussion about it. And that discussion, went through last night, this morning. Things were not resolved, so I called her over. I'm like, come over here. Here's a problem that's still going on. We still haven't resolved this. We still haven't figured this out of, what do I need to do to support you to help get things done around the house, to help you be responsible for yourself and for messes that you create in common areas, making sure that's cleaned up and taken care of. And instead of going, oh, okay, like I see this now, I'm working on being better. Instead of doing that, she took it in a completely wrong way. She snatched only the subject and went defensive on it. Like she went, it wasn't there, this item wasn't there, and I didn't touch that, and it just went snowballing down this whole completely different subject matter. The way that I felt in that moment was that she co-opted what point I was trying to take across and just got full-blown defensive, trying to discredit my position, which leaves me feeling unheard when this problem's been going on. And that, of course, frustrated me again this morning, to where I had to stop and go, okay, the problem starts here with the defensiveness and why you're being defensive. It has nothing to do with the issue. It has nothing to do with me trying to create a teachable moment to resolve this problem. The problem is the defensivity. It's that you're feeling threatened. So now we need to address that issue. And once I realized that was happening with my kid, I realized that was happening at large with a lot of people right now, with the subject matter going on with Black Lives Matter, police brutality, and everything that's been brought up by this. So, that includes agendas, conspiracies, and more. Deep breath here, because we all play a part in this. So when there is that movement happening, a lot of you have noticed that there are agendas, conspiracies, and more coming up to distract, dissuade from what we're all focused on. Example is, when you bring up Black Lives Matter, you're bound to have someone go, all lives matter. And they're not even a vegan. That's a joke. So when you're going, all lives matter, you're essentially undermining the whole point of the movement is, Black lives are right now the forefront of what matters. We do realize all lives matter, but right now we're trying to focus on this issue and trying to correct this issue. On the other side of that fence, I have to question the Black Lives Matter movement and going, why aren't we saying all lives matter when Black lives matter? Why aren't we unifying these phrases together so there is no question of that? Why is this not happening? So on top of that, we have a whole slew of conspiracy theories that are, derailing things. And obviously I agree that you should definitely not be so laser focused on something that you're missing other things. Like a lot of times there's stuff going on in the background that you might want to pay attention to. Totally agree with that. But when the conspiracy theory saying, one that I've heard of is now they're going to, push more COVID agenda on things because nobody's wearing their masks out there, and everybody's going to get sick now, and we're going to have another pandemic, and it's going to go crazy. And they're not looking at other countries have opened up. I have a friend who's in Spain. She had dinner with a friend recently. There's also been a lot of information that's come out lately, if you paid attention to that. So I'm going to leave that in suspended space right now. That's not the issue right now, right? If it comes to being an issue, okay, we know what we need to do, and we know that we need to do better. But right now, it's not an issue, right? So, there's so much going on, and there's a lot of confusion in the debate. All of this kind of just makes a lack of unity. And that's the worst thing to have right now. All of this also draws focus from the real facts are that we're all responsible. All of us individually are responsible for our behaviors. All of us individually play a part in this. And I am looking forward to building a workshop around a book that really highlights the fact that there is an intention here. This intention has created exponential effects, like more than I think most people realize. And we need to change our culture. We have to individually change our behaviors to create change in this system, to really impact our society at large. And people are doing what they can to avoid change, because change is scary and we don't know what that looks like. So the responsibility is on us and our actions, because literally everyone plays a part in this. It is ingrained in our culture at this point, in the American culture is specifically what I'm speaking of. And we really need to start taking a look at that, opening up those discussions and making the changes within ourselves with how we raise our kids and how we behave with others. Because it goes so deep right now. You guys have zero idea. So look out for me creating that workshop. If you're interested, please send me a line. And as always, I'm open for discussions because I don't set myself on sides. I understand that all sides play a part in this problem. All sides do. And it's up to us as individuals to actually change our actions and behaviors to fix this problem. So I'm always open for discussion. And I am always open to hear you out. No matter what side of the fence you're on, I honor you. I honor your voice. And everyone deserves to be heard is kind of, where this lies. It doesn't matter who's hurt you or if you're racist or not. Like, I'll give you space to be heard, because racism comes from pain. It really does. It comes from culture and pain. Police brutality, pain. It's all the same thing. We're all dealing with the same problem. We're just not dealing with it in a healthy way. So, I pray that you guys really receive this and that you step up to make changes in yourselves and in your community.